All right, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This, of course, is 3 Music TV, and of course, this is 3 Music Digital. Today, we're back again with an exciting edition of POV, and we have told you guys are enjoying the episodes that we're sharing now. So we're back again with another banger. Somebody's another banger. All right. The name is Ola Salvador. I'm here with the brother Cyril. He's on heat. He's ready to fire. But I'm gonna get some water on the side so that we could quench any type of reasonable fire. My brother. What's good, bro? Charlie, loosen up, man.
There's no gym now. It's bringing me together nicely.
Loosen up, bro. Loosen up. Okay, we're back and get another conversation about the Guinness World Records. Faila is the latest to have taken the bullet, and the reason is not different from if it was reason as to why she disqualified. Looks like we don't listen to instructions. Or we are
not serious.
Why are we not serious?
Did we not photocopy Pasco for millions of CDs?
Bro, bro, let's stick to the topic, please. I beg you.
By seriousness, get topic.
Please, let's stick to the topic. We can discuss the Pasco later. Let's talk about
the town people are not serious.
Okay, why are they not serious?
Because they invested the energy in the wrong thing. The euphoria, the excitement, the media publicity, the fame, all those things got them to compromise on the important thing. The only person they should have been.
What was the compromise though? The
compromise was not paying attention.
They observed.
You see, there's only one. They didn't observe. If they observed, they would have won. They would have got they wouldn't have been rejected. It's simple logic.
No, but how would you know when you are doing? That's what you.
If you pay attention, you will know. That's what I'm saying.
They were paying attention. They were putting a glass building. They were making sure they were cooking meals. Faila said.
So are you saying that was not part of it? Did Guinness say that we will consider you if you serve the whole town?
No, but she was cooking good
food. See that.
The conversation was
for the life of me.
Was cooking finger foods.
That's the
upper jollof.
That's the problem. But who has the award? Answer. Volume it to the camera. Who has the award? You know, cooking finger food and you're cooking abaransa. Who has the award? That be the nonsense I'm talking about. We focus.
No, but
bro.
Okay. See, the reason
the Guinness World Record say that finger foods were disqualification.
No.
The Guinness World Record say that you have to cook 3 square meals with nutrition content of so and so and so before you get the award.
No.
Did Guinness World Record say that you have to feed the village and everybody who is starving in 5-kilometer radius?
No.
There was stringent, clear, simple rules which should have been followed, not the fanfare of who can you feed. So she started her own challenge.
But how do you know you're following the rules though?
Oh, there's something that white men.
If they say so after every 4 hours,
white men invented something. It's called paper. Now you can either write on paper or you can print on paper. If you vex, you can even use scissors and cut the paper to form words. When they were building those kiosks and those containment units and the kitchens and all that, maybe I'm wrong. I didn't see a wall. That if you go to the back of our studio, there's a wall in case of fire.
Yeah, to do steps.
Everybody watching us knows what to do in case of fire.
Yeah.
But white man, in his overthinking and adherence to rule, still put it where? On the wall.
Visible for everybody to see.
If fire service comes here to check our compliance, if you have the fire extinguisher for a corporate institution and you don't have that sign, you will be fined.
Right.
So it's not that we are stupid, that we don't know that in case of fire,
are you suggesting that the people who entered the glass, enclosure did not know that these were rules that needed to be observed?
I don't know whether they knew or they didn't know. What I know is that Guinness has watched the hours and hours of footage.
Right.
And Guinness has found the problem with the submission.
Rest breaks.
Which is the rest breaks.
Yes.
The rest breaks should have had either a coach or a manager who will say that my job is to make sure that if they say rest for 5 minutes, you don't rest for 3, you don't rest for 6, because it's a key component in us winning this thing.
Right.
Not one break a crash and then it's at the discretion of somebody that we 8 hours into that is the unseriousness.
Right.
Because when you go to a swimming pool and they give you the regulations there, you don't mess up with it because there is life and death.
Yeah.
So you know when they say 12 feet and you can't even swim in the shower, you go and sit
but can you
at the side.
Can you blame them though?
Yes, I can blame them. I'm blaming them on camera.
And this
Is the thing in 4K? I'll blame them in 4K.
This is like it's relatively a new challenge.
It's not a new challenge.
You know,
it's not a new challenge.
It's
not a new challenge.
2 years.
It is not a new challenge. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
PPPPPP.
Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. The Guinness World Record is not about the spectacle of it.
Does it matter though? Does it really matter?
That's what I'm
saying. The most important thing is
if a Singleton had done her thing in her house, on her lawn somewhere, or her front porch, and put a camera and complied and sang and did all the bricks and everything, she would have submitted it and still won the thing.
Right.
But we turned it into a fanfare and got carried away by the fanfare. I have gone on YouTube. You can go on YouTube, and so can you. You can go on YouTube and check the award submissions. Not everybody's award submission was a spectacle.
Right.
I saw something yesterday about a guy who bounced a ball in a minute. I think the record was 600 or something, and he bounced it 1,000 something times in a minute. He was just in front of his house.
So you're saying that it's alone serious
with his old basketball. And he had the timer on the screen.
Even the Singleton, the previous what you may call it, record holder, or the current record holder, right, had people cheering on.
That's what I'm saying. That I didn't say there's anything wrong with cheering on or making it a spectacle. I didn't say there's anything wrong with that. But I'm saying that is secondary.
Okay.
To which?
So you are saying that.
What about exams? But what you are telling me is equivalent to coming to a physics exam, as a home econ student, but you are wearing a nice dress, and you are saying because I wore a nice dress doesn't take count. But also, viscosity, then that's what they ask you on the paper.
I'm saying,
bro, do you get what I'm saying?
Being too hard on them.
I'm not being hard.
Maybe this is an
opportunity. I'm not being hard.
The
Singleton girl was also hard on us when they told her she didn't tell us. When they announced it and she didn't tell us, because Ghanaians cheered. Ghanaians went there. There was even a day it drizzled. People stood there. Even our vice president go there. And now they've told you that the team make beans. You know, you are saying you lost your login.
No, I mean, I don't want to even focus on her because I mean, she's like.
Well, how many people do we have? We have 2 so far.
Yes.
So they are
There's
focused.
one that's currently ongoing at Spintex.
You should be very careful.
He has done 7 hours.
Is that the chief?
Yes. No. Sam Smith. Chef Smith.
The consequence, right, is instilled there. So Guinness owning their award has set their rule. If you break the rule, you face the consequence. Right. It's very clear. So if you are in UK or in US and your boss says, Olele, we need you in the office working the factory line by 7, 7:2 latest. You don't show up there at 7:15 and your mother's sister's cat's dog died. And for
my challenge is,
do you understand?
My challenge is these people go into these record breaking attempts and they try to even stretch, you know, the time just so that, you know, they would escape, you know, being disqualified or the infractions that
is not possible.
So are you saying that Faila having done 229 hours, which is enough to deduct all these things, and
it is not,
I mean,
you are doing math.
What record breaks in
part of the record breaking attempt, right, is compliance.
But they complied.
No. If I tell you to go and rest for 5 minutes, and you go and rest for 3 minutes or 6 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, you and I were not there.
We were not there, so I'm using. We have been as a
But what if the evidence is that they also
so are you now questioning the owner of the award? Me, Mr. Guinness World Record. I said I want to see something on the table and I'll give you an award.
I don't think it's enough.
You didn't put anything on the table. You are standing there shouting.
I don't think it's enough. I think Bossu.
This is another problem.
The things that were.
This is another problem. No,
I don't think.
This is another problem. Guinness for me. This is another.
He wants to divert.
I am dealing with Olele. I'll call you back.
Listen, you put out a rule.
You are not hearing me.
The participants.
Olele, all you are saying, no, excuse me, is jazz.
No, it's not jazz.
It's jazz.
You tell me that I should
observe.
Okay, every 4 hours, I'm supposed to take an hour break, right? You are only taking this decision on 2 things. I'm sending you evidences, right? I upload the evidences. I have witnesses who are present during their attempt, right? And they all need to send in their testimonies or testimonials, right? You are telling me that the video evidence are not enough, the testimonials are not enough to even deduct 2 or 3 hours.
Is that what Guinness said?
But they say that you didn't
Guinness
observe
said,
the rest breaks. You and I were not there.
listen, the
We didn't
Guinness,
know how many breaks or how much
you
time
spoke well, and I was quiet.
They need to give us more details.
Why?
I don't care if it's the award. They need to give us more details so that the next person who is going to attempt a record,
do you know who should have asked for details?
Who?
Yes, who do you think should have asked for details?
The record breaker.
The bloody record breaker. Come here, you. You that you are going to go and do the thing.
No, but it's a public interest. It's a public interest.
You go do Amelo.
The gentleman who said he was going on a standathon, when he stood for 2 minutes and he couldn't stand again, what did he do? He walked away. He said he wasn't fully prepared. These are people who have been prepared. These are people who have come to announce to us. Do you know the kind of publicity that the Guinness World Records have received since they entered Africa or since they got the application in Africa?
Hello.
Hi.
The award consideration is not just about the spectacle and what you want to do.
It's not about
The reason why they have also given you criteria is for you to comply with the criteria and the rules. It's not for you to listen. It's not for you to define, try and understand, try to explain or justify the criteria.
Understanding the exam question is part of answering the question.
It is not. If rule number 1 in the exam hall is be quiet, you will not now stand up and be shouting, why do I have to be quiet?
But why do I have to be quiet?
Go and do that at your final exam, bro. And then when you are selling coconuts at the roadside, I also ask you that, are you not quiet now? Selling the
why do I have to be quiet?
When you are
at the
kube,
tell me why I should be quiet.
So go and do it at your
there's a hospital nearby. Maybe there is a surgery going on somewhere. Maybe someone is giving birth
your
somewhere.
Understanding.
You want me to be quiet.
Your understanding of the rule.
If I walk into this studio and they tell me to be quiet, right? If I walk into this and they tell me to be quiet. Those who brought me this production is ongoing. No. Be quiet.
You are creating an error.
I'm not creating an error.
Your understanding of the rule, right? That is not needed for the rule to function. If you as an individual need to understand more out of your curiosity or entitlement or whatever it is, you can ask more. But the problem with asking more in that circumstance, in that context, is that you would simultaneously have to break the rule in asking more. So if I come here and let's say I don't know where here is, and I'm a foreigner, and I come in and the first person I see, even before knowing why I'm here, says shh. Right? If I am stupid enough to disregard that and now why are you asking me? Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. No, that is my point.
They assume that you are not a production person. You don't know the ethics that govern a production. So when you come into a production as a non-production person, you need to listen to me. When they come into a production community,
you are missing the point.
The production person,
you are missing the point.
Because
you are missing the
production person.
Yes, if you are outside and that person is explaining to you, it's crisp. But in the middle of a production, it's not where you now come and do 50 questions.
Yeah, and because at that point in time, I won't give you a PowerPoint presentation, but I'll give you a hint that
that is entitlement.
No, it's not entitlement. I'm a foreigner. I don't know what's happening. It's like going to Doc's office
the reason
and I go, Doc,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question. Let me tell you why it's entitlement. It is simply entitlement because you are interacting with another person and you feel entitled that the person should explain before you comply.
I'm not saying explain.
Listen,
I'm not saying explain.
Let me land.
I'm saying
let me land. What you are saying is explanation. The person has told you
later, but I'm using your context.
The length of the explanation, whether it's a short recording or whether it's an essay and a PowerPoint presentation.
So in essence, you are saying that
let me make my point. Let me explain. Let me make my point.
Make your point.
My point is that you needing an explanation is irrelevant to the rule, because when you are driving and you get to a place and the sign says stop, what do? You stop. Do you ask for explanation? Indulge me. Let's assume Cyril is going mad. Let me get to my point.
Yes.
Let's assume that finally my Wi-Fi cut.
Yes.
Let's assume when you are driving and you get to a place and it says no entry, one way. Do you ask why? You indulge me. Listen, I have a series of questions. Let me build up. Only let me build up. Only let me build up.
School and you understand road science. You ask. You understand why it is there.
Only. Even people who haven't gone to driving school, people who haven't had any kind of service training, when they get in a room and there's a door with a sign on it like this,
yes,
what do they do?
Oh, they open it.
Oh, this guy. You want to spoil it? You are doing well.
You open it.
You are doing well.
But you should know that the kind of people that we are.
Oh, Lily, we have digressed. We have digressed. This is simple.
No, I am
so why don't we? This thing you are doing. Let me ask you a question. This thing you are saying, this thing you are saying, and your bias producer is saying behind the camera.
But my producer is not biased. It depends on
this bloody guy. This guy is biased to the core.
It depends on how he's feeling when he
wants politician. I will do review later. Listen,
I'm just saying that this is
only. I have questions. Let me ask them. You don't get it. Let me get it. Make her talk. Let me fire.
I don't feel stressed.
Let me make a DJ.
So you are saying that Chef Faila should have known better.
Olele. How many times I call you?
You call me 3 times.
Olele. When we go for visa,
right?
We don't ask these questions.
Yes. Because he's a white man.
Yes. That's my problem. That's number one.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me.
If it's a black man, we'll ask him questions.
Let me say, you can appeal if you've been bounced a visa and you feel it's undue, right?
Yeah.
And you can appeal, but can you request or demand an explanation at the point that you are being denied? You are sitting across the desk from the person. The person says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you won't be able to travel as you planned." Blah 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 blah. Is it there you appeal?
Oh, yeah.
Yes or no for me? Let me build my case.
No, it depends on how I'm feeling.
How you're feeling is relevant. I'm saying that we will get resolution.
We'll send you a mail.
No problem. No problem. But the actual appeal happens when? After the case.
After the case, yes.
Okay. Now my point is that there are criteria for everything in this world, right? You do not get to be entitled to be an explanation simply because you assume that you've been ill-treated. Especially when you've been given rules, right? That you cannot vouch, hand to your chest and say that I complied with all the rules verbatim.
Right.
You didn't do it. In the back of your heart and in your mind, you know you didn't comply to the rules. But you are now trying to use other parameters to justify the consequence you are facing. They didn't say they have a problem with her cooking for the whole village. They didn't say they have a problem with her dancing. They didn't say they have a problem with the people who came to visit. They didn't say they have a problem with anything. They said our guidelines said rest like this. If Guinness guidelines said when you are resting, put one hand and do like this, I don't care.
So you know what I think? You make a point.
Why are we? Let me look at you well. Olele.
This is how Guinness is going to go.
Is it
every attempt?
Do you know who?
They should put their agents there. Let me
tell you why Ghanaians are entitled.
Observations are not correct.
Let me tell you why Ghanaians are entitled with this thing.
Themselves. Because I can't do 200, 300. Chef Smith is doing 300 hours. So
if anybody they sell plantain, bring Olele some now.
You are telling me that after 700 hours, Chef Smith will be told that he has been
disqualified. Who send you down to your? Who asked you? Who send you? Who send you?
Guinness World Record. It is how I'm going to be treating fly your men.
No.
Fly your women.
Because let me make my point. You know they make a talk. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. People all around the world are doing Guinness World Record attempts. Hundreds of thousands.
They don't have time for us.
Are winning. Hundreds of thousands are being bounced.
They don't have time
for
us.
You that yesterday you found out the thing, and because of unemployment and other things, the whole country is doing something at all. Ironing at all, dancing at all, and no get job at all. And we are doing everything. No.
Right.
You cannot demand anything from Guinness World Record. Tomorrow, the prospective attornist. Next time, before you print logo, print the rules. Now for more also. Yes, so we have on Sasha Wasuma, leave me alone. I don't understand.
You guys so much.
Me ain't no be so good right now.
You're gonna look out for the next episode.
Don't look out for anything. I won't be here again next time. You go do your point of view alone. Leave me alone. Okay.